Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
The Russian invasion.
The heroic Ukrainian resistance.
It's the biggest land war in Europe since World War II.
And the War in Ukraine Daily brings it all to you.
From Moscow to Washington.
From Kyiv to Mariupol.
The War in Ukraine Daily talks to newsmakers around the world.
And to the everyday Ukrainians whose very existence is threatened.
You hear the heartbreaking stories of those caught in the war.
But also hear about the acts of bravery as history is being made.
I'm Mike Simpson.
And I'm Charles Feldman, inviting you to join us.
The War in Ukraine Daily on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard that tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. There's a story in a French medical journal about two dudes in their 30s who got drunk, which, of course, again, always leads to great stuff. They got drunk and decided to inject hemorrhoid cream into each other's junk to make it bigger. Wow.
To what? To make the hemorrhoid cream bigger?
They watched a YouTube. It's the problem with YouTube. They watched a YouTube tutorial on this.
Wait, there's a YouTube tutorial. Can we find that? If that, I need to see this.
This is the problem. It's not backed up by real science. We have got some people who just don't realize that a lot of this stuff isn't 100% legitimate, and you should do more research than just Wikipedia and YouTube's.
See, I've done a lot of dumb things when drunk. I think about the times with my buddies J Mac and Munson, but there would never be a time, no matter how wasted I am. First of all, neither one of them would ever suggest this. But if one of them said, "Hey, I hear injecting hemorrhoid cream in our you-know-what skis will improve the size. You want to do it?" Be like, I'm going to sit this one out, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to take a pass on that one, boys.
Is this the new, if your friends jump a bridge, are you going to jump over a bridge too? Or off a bridge? So if your friends inject hemorrhoid cream in your wieners, are they going to do it too?
Yeah, they were in a lot of pain. They were in so much pain. They had to go to the hospital the next morning.
But did it work?
Well, we don't know because they never went back for their follow-up appointments. And the doctors are saying all we know is this: there's a very likely chance, highly likely, that there'll be irreversible damage. And doctors like, yeah, if you were a right-minded individual, no way you would do this. But again, they were drinking.
The good news is that their wieners are not going to get hemorrhoids now.
That's the good news right there.
Right.
I don't understand. See, my brain knows that the hemorrhoid cream is about shrinking hemorrhoidal tissue. So why would I ever think that the word shrink would be something good for something I'm trying to make bigger? Like, all of this seems stupid to me.
Yeah. Very stupid.
I mean, I've heard of putting hemorrhoid cream under your eyes for the bags under your eyes, but again, you're removing something. You're making something smaller.
Yeah, exactly. It's that this whole thing is just. I'm trying to think, like, what makes things bigger. Carry around a mirror. One
Jennifer
of those
Lopez, there's lots of things.
Well, you know what? And now that she's a free woman again, Steve, there's, why not?
I just couldn't even imagine that conversation with one of my friends. If I'm drinking with Joe and Joe's like, Steve, I heard a thing on the internet. Would you be up for trying this? I have a syringe. I have some hemorrhoid cream. You can go first for safety.
And do you tell anybody, like, we know this story, they got to have more than themselves as friends. You are the butt of every joke for the rest of your lives. Yeah.
I'd share it.
You would let people know, you go, oh, look we did this.
There needs to be some time. I'd have to fully recover from it and be okay. But if everything's good and everything's working just fine, I would totally have no problem sharing that story.
And the thing is, I know there are injections you can get, like literal injections into the area. We all witnessed the big, I don't know if this was a sales pitch, but we all witnessed at the radio convention, the dude that was showing us how he was able to, have a great life. And he told me later, I don't know if you guys caught this or if he talked about it in his speech. Remember he showed pictures of himself?
I was like, wait, when was there a moment that we had someone pitching wiener growth to us?
Well, why else was that even up there on the screen? You know what I mean? I think this was a sales pitch to get dudes to do this.
No, I think he was just doing a humble brag, trying to show off that he could balance a towel off.
Yeah, there wasn't anything humble about that.
I think someone brought it up. It might have even been BJ who brought it up. Hey, tell the story about when this happened.
They had the picture ready to show.
He asked his producer to hey, get the picture up, and he quickly got it up.
Well, that's a good producer to have that picture at his disposal. I can't promise I would have ever been able to pull that one off. I'm not keeping that on my phone. That'd be on a Dropbox account that I don't even have the password to anymore.
He told me later, maybe this is why I thought it was a sales pitch, because he told me later, he says, Brian, he's like, look, I try to keep his name out of it. But I speak like him, so anyone's all right.
He has no problem sharing these stories.
I know.
He even shared it on our airwaves once.
Yeah. He's got a grandkid now. I just feel like at some point
he's going to listen.
You don't know. We're very popular with grandchildren. But he was telling me the process of what because I was giving him a hard time because he was giving us a hard time, if you know what I mean. And I'm like, dude, seriously. He's like, look, you know me, I'm in my 70s and look what I can still do. And he goes, now here's the thing. You got to go through this process. And he tells me that they basically do have to inject you with something, maybe hormones. I don't know what it is. Mm-hmm. And they have to pretty much inject it right in the old, the package area. So
I feel like he was sharing that at the convention to talk about I think he was just sharing these are the personal stories we share on the radio. I don't think there was someone that after he finished that story that came up and said, "Hey, sign up now if you would like the same thing."
Well, I mean, that it's even though it is a process, I would never do it. This is one that even works. Even though this is one that's basically medically approved. You're not sticking anything near me. I will, you know what, if I'm Microman, I'll still stay as Microman. I don't know if I want to have you putting needles anywhere near that area.
I'd rather just go to the gas station and get one of those, the Black Mamba pill. Something like that. Have you seen that?
Really?
Yeah. I always wonder, is anyone buying those? But anytime I go, I make it a point to look. And there are always a different amount of those pills available at the counter. So they're being purchased.
Yeah, but don't they see the little asterisk saying that the FDA has not approved any of these claims?
I don't know if they really care.
Yeah, you really have to care. I mean, you have to care?
No.
Watch just like caffeine pills or something. And that's all it is.
I mean, people put worse things probably in their body. The least of their concerns is the Mamba pill.
Right.
You know what irritates me is that some people have such a great mind over matter power, the placebo effect, that some people actually made it grow. With these caffeine, with these fake pills, they've made it grow. And that's probably the problem is that people go, look, Jimmy did it. And I remember Jimmy, he was Microman. Now look at him.
And then that guy goes to the gas station and gets one as well. He's got it in his head that it's going to work for his little head. And then all of a sudden now his other friend. And that's why I can't purchase them. They're always sold out.
See, and it never works for me. I never believe anything will work even when people say it'll work. And say, I'm the other way around. I am the anti-placebo effect. You could actually give me the drug that actually is the drug and it won't work on me because I don't believe it.
You're the guy at the party. It's like, hey, man, that's not working. It's still not working. It's still not working. And you're looking at the person. They're clenching their jaw and they're sweating. And you're like, no, dude, your face and your jaw is telling me it's totally working. You're just telling me it's not working.
Yeah.
Not that I've ever experienced that.
Yeah, okay. There's
somebody brought up a good point, though. Like what Larry's like, now they're going to have to put that on the warning label. On the hemorrhoid cream. Warning, do not inject into your Johnson.
Yeah. I think so. You're absolutely right. I mean,
I managed to find the medical report. Pictures are not great, but it was just the last line is just hilarious because they're just recommending that physicians take these seriously because of all of the online tutorials that state that people can do things like this. You need to have conversations with apparently your male patients to not follow YouTube tutorials that you find to inject yourself with stuff.
Mind you, going to YouTube trying to find these tutorials was not a walk in the park. It was not fun to look at the pictures.
That's why I asked you, and I didn't do it myself. Yeah. I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole.
I saw a lot of things I didn't want to see.
Oh, really? There's stuff on YouTube that's...
it's medical.
It's medical, so that's what, because you
But
can't
you
have porn
still
on
see
YouTube.
things.
Oh, you still see things? Well, yeah, but I mean, Vicky, let me look. I mean, forget our whole studio. Vicky just basically said, "Here, let me tell you what I meant by that." And she just puts her finger. I know what you're talking about, Vicky.
But
I know.
saw these.
Okay.
Hey, good news, everybody.
Yeah.
According to our texters, the Black Mamba pills do work.
All
We have
right.
a few texters. A buddy of mine has used that Black Mamba pill, and he swears by him. Another person
Okay.
says, I've used it, and it works.
What do you mean? Like it makes you bigger?
It makes you more excited. It's like over the counter. One person says it's like over the counter Cialis, so it probably does work. It's like a Viagra, but you just get it at the gas station as opposed to a doctor.
Okay, see, I think it's going to be mind over matter. I look, nothing against gas stations, but seriously, if somebody had a product that literally would do that, I mean, then who would be paying all this money for Viagra and Cialis? Because I'm sure it's relatively cheap compared to those.
People who don't want to buy it at a gas station.
But I mean, I would if it worked.
Well, I go in today. I'm going to get my Snickerdoodle cookie and a Black Mamba pill, and I'm going to see what they say when I do that.
Yeah, doing it for science.
All right, so Steve, here's the problem. You made me think that this would replace the hemorrhoid situation, but this isn't going to make me bigger. It's just going to get me ready. The
Right.
Black Mamba pill.
And stamina.
Yes.
Give you energy.
Yes.
And also removes hemorrhoids.
Oh, wait a second. Well, then I don't need the hemorrhoid cream anymore. Then I'm covered.
Aids
I have
in
to take
mental focus and extreme weight loss, apparently, according
Wait,
to this
it's
version.
Extreme.
What Black Mamba gives you, like, it gets you ready for and helps you lose weight and
Yeah.
helps you be focused?
I love that it says long-lasting energy.
Is there an asterisk with the FDA in there anywhere, Vicky?
Probably.
It's got to be. It's got to be something
It's
that's
approved by the FBA, the Federal
Yeah.
Boner Administration.
I was not aware of that branch of the government, but I mean,
Yes. They don't get talked about that a lot. They've approved a couple of things for COVID, but no one's really even
Oh, wait, yeah, I had no idea. The Federal Boner Administration, you mean they had this whole COVID thing kicked and nobody knew?
So it says I've been using the Black Mamba since the Seahawks won their first Super Bowl. Works great. One pill last week. I'm 58, makes me feel like I'm in my 20s.
Really?
Yeah.
So
I almost want to try one to see if it'll do anything.
for science.
Do it.
Oh,
I would, but it wouldn't work for me.
Probably
You can
not.
give it to somebody.
Yeah, I
you
need
know
a
it doesn't work. How do you know it would work for you, Vicky? I mean,
because I don't
She
have
doesn't
the
have that
equipment.
part.
I heard, but I heard that there's similar mechanics to certain parts of men and women. You know what I mean? I don't want to go into.
I need to find the pink Mamba version, the lady one.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's the thing. Well,
Someone said, Steve, did you know that Jackson's, the gas station store, they have their own brand of the Black Mamba pill? If they don't call it Johnson's, they're doing it wrong.
Johnson's pill.
Yes.
All right, fine. They have their own brand.
Yeah.
Wow. I'd love to know the name of Jackson's. I'd love to, because Black Mamba is a great name.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you can get a cooler name than that.
And the packaging is awesome.
I bet it is.
It's all about the packaging, huh?
Especially after you use it. Hey,
Ew.
that lady. All right, fine. I would try it, but I'd be that guy where my doctor's like, "Why are you trying pills over the thing? Maybe you don't need this. You're on high blood pressure medication. What are you doing?"
Just get the triple maximum one. You'll be perfect.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
what could go wrong?
It's
I'll
a
get
new
some-
improved formula, too.
Yeah, I'll chase it with a bang. That should be perfect. That
Dude,
should be
there you
fine.
go. Bang Fridays. Make it happen.
Yeah. A real bang Friday. Okay, I'll let you guys do that. You know, I don't know when you get back to the podcast, but that's you guys do that stupid stuff with your junk on your podcast. You know, you put icy hot all over it. You guys go ahead and Black Mamba your way to podcast fame.
All right.
Hey, there's a dude. He was performing music on Twitch, and nobody was watching his live stream, which somehow led to him making $85,000. How did this happen? Well, I'm going to tell you at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load, terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
Hey, Washington. Delta Dental is on a mission. Our state has a lot to smile about, and we think those smiles should be healthy and bright. That's why we support our Cora Foundation Smile-Mobile. This dental office on wheels provides checkups and oral health education to communities that need it most. The Smilemobile has reached over 44,000 children and families across Washington. See how the Smilemobile is getting us closer to a 100% cavity-free state at cavityfreewa.com.
We all remember that one professor, the one everyone on campus had to take no matter what subject they taught because how much fun their class was. What if we told you there was a streaming service that had all those professors? One Day University has every must-have professor from the best colleges all across the country. One Day University, the most fun talks from the most fun professors. Available live and on demand. No homework, just the most fun you'll have while learning. Get a special offer at ondayu.com/Odyssey.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. There's a random musician by the name of Cameron Ferguson. You probably don't know him, but he was playing songs on Twitch the other day, and literally nobody was watching. There were zero viewers.
I've seen that like on Facebook where somebody's doing some kind of a performance and there's just, or whatever it may be, and it's just like there's nobody, and it's a live thing. And I'm like, are they paying attention to that? And how discouraging is that? And so I'm like, I should click on it and at least give them one viewer, show some support. But then I'm worried that they'll start talking to me.
Oh, they do.
Because they see you. I've had that happen once before where somebody was doing a video of something like they were just like talking into the camera while they were shaving their head or something ridiculous. It was like, so I'm like, oh, click on it, whatever. What the hell's going on here? Just out of curiosity, like, hey, Steve, I noticed you're watching me. And I'm like, how do I get out of this now? And next thing you know, you're stuck there for like 40 minutes watching one of your friends shave his head.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You've seen me. I forget one of you guys saw me.
Yes.
Like, I busted because I don't want to be seen watching the video. I want to see the video, but I don't want him to know I'm seeing the video.
You were watching
for that very same reason.
You were watching Danny and his daughter Lily do something.
That's right. Yes.
And I saw you commenting, and I just saw the string of comments. I'm like, oh, BJ got sucked in. I'm not clicking on this.
I wait to see what was live. Like when they say was live, it's perfect.
Was live is the best.
Yeah, and I thought I was clicking on a was live and it was an is live, and I'm like, oh, here we go.
But then it'll be like times where I'm like, oh, no one watched that video live, and then you go back later and it's like got 500 views. I'm like, okay, cool. I think everyone does what we do. They just want to wait till it's not live anymore.
Yeah, and maybe that's something a person can do, and just put like a little banner. Don't worry, I won't talk to you unless you want me to. That way you can watch this and not worry about it.
You could just be a lurker. It's okay.
Yeah, there were zero viewers on Cameron Ferguson's little song that he was doing on Twitch, and so a guy who's big in the world of cryptocurrency noticed him and thought he was good, and got others to watch, and in 5 hours, they tipped this dude over $85,000.
Dang.
And, he was just playing I guess he was playing a little bit of Layla by Eric Clapton. We've got a clip of that. Also, what we have is the moment that Cameron realized thousands of dollars were in his account.
Big and darling, please spell. Darling, won't you ease my worry now? $17,167. Guys, that is insane. Thank you so much. Man, dude. I seriously appreciate that. Thank you so much. And this is all coming from you guys? Like, I have to apologize. I have no idea what's going on.
I would feel the same way. Like, I'm just being a guy on the guitar having fun. Now I got $85,000. What the F?
Well, 17 is what really, I think that's what he started noticing. So, I would love to know his response when he finally got to he saw the 85.
Apparently, like the guy that did it, that started all like communicating with him, and Cameron's wife still doesn't believe it's real. She's just like, I don't understand. Like $85,000 just doesn't fall out of the sky. But she's cautiously optimistic about it.
Well, cryptocurrency, you got to be careful. It's 85,000 today. It could be like 10 cents tomorrow. It could be 4 million the next day. I mean, I don't know.
Fair.
Yeah, you really got to be careful with that. So good for him. People are. That's the thing. We're getting a lot of randomness during this whole COVID thing, but there's good randomness that's happening too. Like somebody just going, hey, you know what? Here's 85 grand, and people just throwing it his way. I mean, it was a nice version. I mean, he seems like he's got a little talent. I don't know if it's $85,000 worth of Eric Clapton. I feel like, that's a little bit much, but hey, good for you.
I mean, the only time I've ever done something big like that, I remember when you did the 24-hour gaming stream.
Yes.
And you and a bunch of the other people got all dressed up in cowboy gear to play your cowboy board game.
One of my favorite videos ever.
And I donated, I think I donated $100.
Yeah, I was surprised.
To get you guys to sing My Darling Clementine.
Yeah, that was
not realizing that there's about 80 verses of My Daughter Clementine.
Yeah, we were like, we're done.
Or Darling Clementine. Yeah. And after about the third one, you stopped. So that was. But I got my money's worth still.
Oh, you should have filed a grievance and get the money back.
Yeah,
they didn't do every verse.
No refunds.
Yeah, I mean it's it's just amazing. 0 viewers, and you think, okay, I got 0 viewers, I'm getting nothing out of this, and then next thing you know, $85,000.
I don't know if this is the guy that started it, but it seems like there's a guy by the name of Crypto Cobain that has 289,000 followers. I'm not exactly sure what he's all about. I imagine cryptocurrency, but he's got Kurt Cobain's picture on his profile.
Well, there's a new currency they just released. I read about it. I can't remember. It was Bopo or Bopolo. I don't know. It's another new currency, and I guess guess who's involved? Elon Musk apparently is involved. Like he's involved with everything. Elon Musk is basically the money's just going to have Elon's face on it. That's what's going to happen. Elon's going to be like he's going to run everything.
It's insane. Like with that guy, everything. If he's involved with something, people pay attention though.
Yeah,
I don't even know what the Bobo or Hobo or whatever you're talking about. Like the cryptocurrency thing. I'm worried there's going to come a point where that's like the only thing people are using, and I'm still going to be the guy that doesn't understand it.
Yeah, it's going to be a beating, dude. You're going to give somebody, here's a $100 bill. It's a real $100 bill. They're going to, we don't need that.
Apparently, Elon Musk's new official cryptocurrency is called Elongate.
Okay, Elongate. That's his, okay.
Yeah, which came from, everyone thinks it's from a joke he tweeted out forever ago or a while ago where it's like, if there's ever a scandal about me, please call it Elongate.
Yeah, which is great. And so now that's actually a currency.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you're going to stretch your money. I mean, that elongate can mean that too. All right. Well, you know what? Okay.
Yeah, but it's him. I'm surprised it doesn't start off at $69,420.
You're right. It really should.
Pretty much.
Although it does promise to give away 80% of its income to charity. So that's cool.
What is it?
Okay.
Charity, Elon?
Well,
right.
Still
it's a Tesla charity.
Yeah, exactly.
Charity is the name of the stripper.
Yeah. Still, 20% of a lot of money is a lot of money.
Yep.
Like I'll be more than happy to give you 80% of $1 billion. I'll give you 80% of it to a charity because I get to keep 20% of $1 billion.
Do you think there'll ever be a day you'll get into the whole crypto world? Like,
it would have to be my financial advisor, Steve. Like, I listen to Todd Peach too much. And so I went and got a guy and I've talked to my guy about it. And he's just like, I do my mutual funds because I'm an idiot. I don't pay attention. That's the thing is, if I don't pay attention, it's better that I just have somebody else do it. And they're not into it yet. I imagine someday they might take some of my money and put it into that if they feel like it's a thing. But I don't think I'm going to do it. Do you?
I don't even understand it. How am I going to do it? Like, and everyone tries to explain it to me, and it's like it just goes over my head. Like, I hear what you're saying. It's just like I'm not comprehending it. You know what I mean? I get the basic premise of it, but I just don't understand. Like, well, what can I use it for?
And we
I can't go to every store and use cryptocurrency. I guess
we had that one comedian that came in, and I'm not going to say his name because he said it off air, but
Crypto Cobain.
Yeah. But I mean, he came in and he's a relatively successful performer, and he and I had a conversation about it, and he was just like, I'm not going to invest in that. That's insanity. And I'm like, all right, well, you got more money than me. You've got much more of a successful career than I do. So I figured if it's not good enough for him, why would it be good enough for me? Unless my financial advisor tells me, which he hasn't really said, hey, guess what we're doing?
And the people that are telling me, like, no, you got to do it, and they're like almost shaming me into it, are people that I know are not like in any good position financially. I'm like, why am I going to take that financial advice from you? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's so true, dude.
I'm looking at the way I'm not saying like trying to shame the person. I'm thinking this though. I'm like, why would I take advice from someone about money who clearly doesn't have money?
Like, to me, business 101 is this. You take a look at the person's resume, if you will, like their pluses and minuses. And if they're giving me advice from a column where they've got a ton of minuses, like you said, why would I listen to you? You have no money.
Now, if you show up tomorrow in a Lamborghini and you're like, this is because of that, I'm like, okay, let's talk. I get
exactly.
Now I'm tracking with you.
Yeah. I've been able to interact with some people that have a lot of money and their job was in the money world, and they are the least sketch people I've met when it comes to, they don't tell you to get rich quick and get in on this, and they really don't even tell you that they want to tell you. They don't even give you investment advice because they know that it's not really morally right to do because of governmental laws about protecting people and credited investors, they call it. You have to have a certain net worth before anybody can really even come to you individually. And so people like that, I trust because they're legitimate. They're just, they're not just trying to get rich quick you.
And look, if it works out, I'll be high-fiving whoever becomes rich because of it. Like, I'm not going to be mad about it. I'll just be like, oh, stupid Steve, not paying attention to people. But as of right now, I'm just like, I'm just going to watch from afar.
Yeah, listen, you don't believe in something that will give you a 500% return or something insane. Don't inject hemorrhoid cream into your Johnson. Like, you cannot get big quick. You can't get rich quick. I mean, you can't get swole quick.
This is Wednesday wisdom right here.
Yeah, you got to just work at it. That's the idea. It's the long game if you want to be great at anything.
Yes.
So, I think that's pretty much the moral of today's story. Just don't think you can shortcut your way to anything. Oh, man. People on Reddit are actually sharing the things that they believe wait, where am I over here? I'm at the wrong place. Oh, no, I'm over here. Yeah, I am in the right place. People on Reddit are sharing things that they used to do that teenagers today would not be able to understand.
Use cash money.
I do love that.
Right? Tell me about this cash money thing, Dad.
Yeah.
Oh, there was once a time we had these green pieces of paper.
Oh, yeah, dude. This is what they call the generation gap. And you don't really know it. You just assume, okay, old people are old people when you're a young person. But then when you finally get to the point where somebody who's younger than you doesn't get what you're talking about and they look at you like you're a fossil, then you realize, oh, man, this is the generation gap. I'm experiencing it from the wrong end. This sucks.
Trying to explain what a Walkman was to someone that's probably even 20-something years old. They'll just kind of look at you like, what? I don't understand. You didn't just stream stuff?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Because that's the number one thing. Recording songs from the radio using a tape recorder.
Oh, man, making those mixtapes and then getting mad at the DJ because they talk over the intro.
Stupid DJs.
Oh, yeah. And I love number 2 on the list because I'm assuming everybody in the room kind of knows this. Even Joey and Sarah probably remember this. And that is spending 15 minutes untwisting a phone cord.
Yeah.
So you had to have one of those fancy things you had at the old remember Radio Shack, that place? Here we go right now already.
Yes.
Right. But they had that thing Shack. You would go by and it would almost it would make it so you wouldn't twist the landline cord.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because obviously, if you had teenage girls in your house, you had the house that had the mega long cord because they wanted their privacy. Mm-hmm. You had maybe one phone, so you got the gigantic cord so that that was like the Christmas present, so that my sister could go have talks with her boyfriend somewhere where private, where she could go shut the door.
Not just the teens, my mom as well. My mom was on the phone pretty much from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to bed. She was talking to somebody, and I don't even know what they were talking about. They were just gossiping, and she was just smoking her cigarettes, drinking her coffee, and her little coffee cake and stuff. But she would just walk around the entire house, 3 stories with the basement. And the cord would progressively get longer and longer with each purchase. She'd get a longer one. However long it could be, she would get that cord. I just needed long enough to get into the bathroom because I that was the privacy for me, was having the cord and just walk into the bathroom and close the door.
Were you going to the bathroom while on the phone?
Not always, but sometimes.
Not always, ladies and gentlemen, has been called.
Man, that was such a great moment when we had the cordless phone.
Yes.
Or were you guys cool enough to have phones in your room?
No.
See, my dad worked, for, phone and cable company. And so I'm like, hey, Dad, there's this old phone. Can I have it in my room? So he was able to hook it up for me. And I felt like the coolest 12-year-old. Now 12-year-olds have iPhones.
Yeah, I know. It really is bizarre. You're right, Vicky. That was the thing you wanted was a phone that would be connected to your wall. You hope you could have that.
See, I would sneak into my parents' room when they were asleep, total, like Mission Impossible.
On the floor.
Yes. Crawling in, just getting and then reaching up and grabbing that cordless phone and hoping that I don't hit the wrong button so it makes like a beep sound, and then taking the cordless phone into my room so I could call sports talk radio overnight
and annoy the hell out of them. It's fantastic.
That is so good.
That's how I would do it every single night.
And did you have to sneak back in and put it there? Or
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Or just wait till they're in the shower. They wouldn't notice.
No. My mom would notice, so I had to make sure. Like she would wake up, she woke up, and it was like I think before she even brushed her teeth, she was on the phone. She's like, "Got to get on the phone, nonstop."
And for a lot of us gamers way back in the day, I mean, I don't know, and maybe if you worked in an office, cleaning the mouse ball before there were, the laser mouse reader, you had a mouse ball. And
if that thing got
dirty.
stuck, you would get so mad.
Yeah.
Dude, at any high school, middle school, there would be like missing balls everywhere because everyone would take them.
What were they doing with them?
They're just throwing them at each other. What else would you do?
I don't know, shove them up your nose?
I mean, they're a little too big, but I could see someone trying.
Yeah, I remember that. I totally forgot. Like reading this list, it's like, wow, you're right. I remember. It's been a long time, but that was so frustrating because all of a sudden I would be getting killed in my games. I'm like, oh, the damn mouse ball is broken again.
Still to this day, from time to time, I'll turn my mouse over and look at it and like, oh yeah, there's no ball there. Like I'm just like, okay, yeah, that's right. This thing works better because of that.
Damn. And Steve, number 10 is yours. Number 10 on this list, watching the Scrambled Playboy channel.
Yes.
That's you.
Oh, nice. Switch, man.
Yeah, that's
Sometimes you get lucky and you get the hookup. And like, dude, there were times I had a little black and white TV. It's so sad, but I had a little black and white TV in my room, and there were times where if I hit that switch enough times, the Playboy channel worked, and when it worked, all bets were off. Like, I'm not leaving my room for however long it works for. And if I have to leave, I kept the TV on. I was afraid that if I turned the cable off, that I would lose the connection.
Oh,
so
yeah.
So Playboy channel would just be on for like hours upon hours. I would lower it and I would like use like the settings to make it look like the TV was off, like change the contrast and the brightness and all that. So I could like, all right, go have dinner. All right, dinner's over. Back up to the Playboy channel. More time for self-discovery.
That was an episode of Friends.
Are you serious?
Yeah, where they accidentally get porn and they were afraid to turn it off.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they would lose it. And so they would have it on in the background all the time. They just couldn't. It just got to the point where they had to turn it off. They're like, it's too much porn, man.
I mean, I probably would have never moved out of my parents' house if that thing never turned off.
It is so bizarre. And now it's like at your fingertips. You can get it anytime you want. It's insane.
When things got unscrambled, that was like a miracle from God, man. It was just like, whoa. Thank you.
That's so true. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
While viewing an operation on Seinfeld, what kind of candy do Kramer and Jerry drop into the body?
Oh, great episode. The Whopper.
No.
Oh, was it Juju Mint?
No.
Oh, man, I know the episode. A Juju Bean?
No.
Ah.
Yeah, dude.
That also is what I sounded like watching the Playboy.
Okay, did not need to hear that. What I needed to hear was the correct answer, which was Junior Mint. That's you want a shot at beating Steve before he goes and turns on the Playboy channel? 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. How long is a bankruptcy going to affect my credit rating?
Of course, most of the time, by the time we're talking about filing a bankruptcy, the credit has already taken a huge hit. Chapter 7 is going to affect it more negatively than Chapter 13. Chapter 7 stays on your credit report for 10 years from the time you file. It usually takes 7 or 8 years for your credit scores to get back into the normal range in a Chapter 7 case. However, your credit will start to recover even in Chapter 7 after about a year. You'll be able to get credit again right away, usually before your case is even over. Chapter 13 stays on your credit report for 7 years and usually takes about 3.5 years for your credit to get back in the normal range. So Chapter 13 will mean your credit gets better much more rapidly.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.